ERP, project best practices that contributed to successful projects and programs. Successful large-scale ERP projects and programs overcome the challenges of most project failures. Best practices are essential to ensure success for large-scale projects and programs. The following is an outline of successful best practices you can use to ensure your enterprise resource planning ERP project success. 1. First, understand the business problem or problems and what an ERP implementation is going to improve. Create a business case and charter that are thorough and detailed with realistic estimates for costs. Ensure that senior management is involved and committed. Without that, the project is sure to become troubled and may fail. 2. Establish a change and configuration control process in the beginning of the project or program. Include a process to expedite critical changes. This step provides the process to address project and program changes, provides the method to address scope and in-scope and out-of-scope changes, provides formal control for the product and system throughout the product life cycle. This is one of the main reasons that configuration management is not only an essential discipline and process to set up early, but it also is key to begin the control for product or system life cycle development. 3. Conduct assessments as required of the organization, business processes, infrastructure, and network, etc., to understand where you are as is and where you expect to be when implemented and operational. 4. Before the implementation project or program, ensure all necessary reengineering is completed. You want to be sure that obsolete applications or business processes, inaccurate and incorrect information and data are not included in the final implementation. Evaluate ERP packages and vendors based on thorough business requirements, realizing this is a long-term business relationship and partnership. Get what you need and ensure it can be scaled. Have a checklist of what you require and have the right expertise to evaluate, even if you pay a consultant or company to lead the effort. 6. Before you attempt to implement an ERP project, you must do a good job of defining business and also system and user requirements. You use this information as a basic checklist to evaluate and select the appropriate ERP solution. Ensure that the screenshots, interfaces, and features are what the organization and all business operations require. 7. You also want to ensure that other business processes, applications, and data are clean to ensure inaccurate or incorrect information and data does not move into the conversion process. Remember that garbage in equals garbage out. 8. Determine the scope and provide realistic estimates for plans, schedules, and milestones, resources, and time frames and costs. This may seem obvious, but often pressure from company management, customer expectations, etc. can cause a program or project manager and team leads to provide information and estimates that are not realistic in order to win a contract or satisfy management's budget expectations. Provide estimates that are realistic, based on experience, history, etc., and that have a minimum to maximum that the implementation can be achieved with. 9. Build teams that have a core with the appropriate skill sets, hard, technical, and soft, including customer and user representatives and subject matter experts. Ensure that other key stakeholders and third-party representatives are actively involved. Create a resource backup and retention plan. 10. Performing system or application testing is essential when evaluating implementation. Ensure that a thorough verification and validation process is performed with all the key parties involved for acceptance based on previously identified and agreed upon success criteria. Perform system testing before implementation and after the ERP system is deployed. 11. Educate and train the organization's management and employees about the implementation and change for the environment. This must be a consistent and continuous communication. Also have a plan to train the trainer to allow these employee trainers to do internal training to supplement the training of the users and management. Training is required not only for using the system, but for its support. 12. Perform risk identification and management. Create a risk management plan. Use a system perspective that accounts for impact to technology, the organization, processes, and people. The implementation could be the first ERP implementation. This is a significant change to the organization, impacting other processes and applications, etc. Risk identification and management must continue from the beginning and throughout the project and program. 13. Create a communication plan that addresses all levels, senior management on down to functional and department management and the team or teams. A plan will include the required information for each level of communication, performance and status reporting, frequency and content required. Senior management requires a higher level status information, content, and cost. Lower level management requires more content and a more detailed breakdown of cost and performance information. Remember, ERP implementation is a large-scale endeavor, but with the use of best practices can be a successful implementation.